Om Janmadhyasya yato noyaditarata charthesha vidnaswarat tene brahmaridaya adi kavaye muyanti yat suraya tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. In the third canto of Bhagavata Mahapurana, we are reading the 15th chapter, and yesterday, because we revised certain shlokas, we could not read more than 2 shlokas new, 37 and 38. And those also were very difficult to understand or translate, and the language was complicated, involved. So I decided I will again translate those 2, and those who are interested in taking down the English meaning along with syntax, I will speak slowly and gradually. They are welcome. So we'll start with 37. The shloka evam tadaiva bhagavan aravinda nabha swanam vibuddha sadati krama marya vadyaha samati sadati krama arya ridya arya ridya tasmin yayau paramahansa mahamuninam anveshaniya charanam chalayan sa shri. So we read the syntax with translation. Evam, in this way, that very, tat eva, Arya Hridayam, Arya Hridayam, who lives in the hearts of noble people, the Lord, Bhagavan. I would take that word before. In this way, that very Bhagavan, Lord, who lives in the heart of noble people, Arya Hridayam, who has a lotus-like navel. Who has a lotus-like navel? Aravinda Nabha, who has a lotus-like navel. Sadati Kramam, transgression of right behavior towards. Sat Atikramam means transgression of right behavior towards. Swanam, of his own people. Of his own people, the 4 sages. Vibuddha, having known, walked Chalayan, with Lakshmi, Sahashri, with Lakshmi. Asau went. Yayau means went. Tasmin, to that place. Tasmin means to that place where Paramahansa Mahamuninam Anavadya Charanam, great sages who are Paramahansas, and who were looking for those feet on which they meditate. Paramahansa Mahamuninam Anvesha Charanam. That is, where great sages who are Paramahansas and who were looking for those feet on which they meditate. Take a noun. I read again only the English noun. In this way, that very Bhagavan who lives in the hearts of noble people, who has a lotus-like navel, seeing transgression of right behavior towards his own people, seeing or having known transgression of right behavior towards his own people, walked with Lakshmi. Walked with Lakshmi, went to that place where great sages who are Paramahansas and who were looking for those very feet on which they meditate. Now we come to 38. Tam tvagatam prati rutipadikam prati rutipayikam swapumbi te achakshatakša vishayam swasamadhi bhagyam Hansa Shriyor Vyajanayo Shiva Vayulolat Shubhrata Patra Shashikesar Sikarambum. So, English translation with syntax. They, the four sages. Achakshat, saw. They saw him. They saw him. Aksha Vishayam, who had become the object of their vision. Swapumbi, whose bodyguards, his own bodyguards, this had brought the necessary things for walking. Pratiruta upayikam. Pratihata upayikam. Pratihata upayikam means who had brought the necessary things for walking. Swa Samadhi Bhagyam. Bhagyam means Bhajaniyam. Swa Samadhi Bhajaniyam. That means who was fit for being meditated upon by themselves. Who was worthy of being meditated upon by themselves. Shubhrati Patra, who means those two, Vishnu and Lakshmi. were coming with two white umbrellas, Shubhrati Patra, white umbrellas. Sikarambum, from the laces of which Chatras, umbrellas, which with soft wind was coming, from whose laces soft wind was coming. That is Sikarambum. Ambum is not water here. Soft laces, wind was coming slowly as if, like nectar flowing, so that Ambu has come. As if Shashi Kesara Sikarambum, like nectar flowing from rays of moon. Shashi Sikara, rays of moon. Shashi Kesara, Shashi Kesara. Shashi Kesara means rays of moon. Sikarambum means water coming from that lotus. From rays, not lotus. Sikarambum means rays of moon.
Shikar, what is Shikar?
Shikar is nectar. Nectar like water. Nectar like water was splashing from the laces of those fans. Those two umbrellas. Umbrellas had laces. From those laces, wind was coming. Soft wind was coming. It was like nectar like water comes from moon's rays. From the laces of those umbrellas, soft wind was coming like nectar water from the rays of moon. Why it was coming, soft wind? Because that soft wind, not that soft wind, because soft wind from two fans, was making those laces move. Two fans were there, and then that Chatras were there. Chatras had laces. Now, wind from two fans was coming, soft wind, that was making the laces move. And so, soft wind was coming from them.
Laces, what is laces?
Laces?
No.
You do not know lace.
Shoelace.
English word is lace only.
Shoelace is there.
Jhalar. Jhalar, can you understand?
Light, na jhal. Light जो देती है ना झालर. झाल लंठन.
Arey, you have seen kings, emperors walking. Their dress is tied with laces.
No, some string.
Strings, okay. Strings. Laces, they are always called laces.
Okay.
So the Kshatras had laces. That umbrellas had laces. And that wind from the two fans was coming, soft wind. That was making those laces move. So that soft wind was coming through the laces. That is the meaning. And that felt like water, soft wind. like nectar like water coming from moon's rays. This is the description. Clear now?
Yes.
Then that's all. That is, they saw. They saw Lord with Lakshmi walkingly coming to that spot where this thing was happening, the Galata. Okay? Now we proceed to Shloka 40 in the same way.
40 or 39?
39. We proceed to Shloka 39 in the same way. First, reading the Shloka. Krishna Prasada Sumukham Spruhaniya Dhama Snehavaloka Kalaya Hridi Sanspurushantam Shame Pruthau Urasi Shobitaya Shriya Swaha Chudamanim Subhagayantam Eva Atmadhishtyam. This is the shloka. We'll read now the syntax along with the meaning or English translation. And Sridhar has suggested that these 5 shlokas continue under the same verb they saw. Hari is coming with Lakshmi from his place to where they were standing. This is common. This is common. No new verb is added in next 4 or 5 shlokas. So it has to be taken, they saw. They saw the Lord coming to where they were standing. So the description is about the Lord now. We will not get the word they saw. The word used they saw, alakshata, will continue to hold meaning in the lowest 4 or 5 shlokas. Sridhar has suggested that. So we start with Sumukham. Sumukham. The Lord who had lovely happy face. Sumukham means lovely happy face. Why he had lovely happy face? Krishnasya prasada. Krishnasya prasada. As he was bestowing grace, prasad. Prasad means as he was bestowing grace on all, Krishna, all. Now this all will mean doorkeepers and sages also. Sridhar has suggested that all here will mean both the doorkeepers and the sages. They were all people there. So, they saw the Lord who had lovely happy face as he was bestowing grace on all. Now the Lord again, the abode of all praiseworthy qualities. Spruhaniya Dhama. Spruhaniya Dhama. Spruhaniya means praiseworthy qualities. Dhama means abode. So Spruhaniya Dhama means who that Hari was the abode of all praiseworthy qualities. Hridi Sanspurushantam. Hridi Sanspurushantam. It was touching the hearts. Hridi in the heart, Spurushantam touching. What was touching? By what touching? Snehavaloka Kalaya. Snehavaloka Kalaya Hridi Sansprishantam. He was touching their hearts through Sneha, affectionate, Avaloka, gaze, G-A-Z-E, gaze, Kalaya, in the way he was looking. He was artfully looking, or Kalaya means sportingly, in the way he was looking, in the way he was having that gaze, affectionate gaze. By that, he was touching the heart. Shobhitaya Shriya. By Lakshmi, which was looking beautiful, by Lakshmi, which was looking beautiful on broad black chest. Broad, pruthav, black, dark, that is Shame. Shame means dark. Shame Urasi, on the chest. Pruthav Shame Urasi means Lakshmi was looking beautiful on the dark chest, on the broad dark chest. Swar Chudamani. Swaha Chudamani. Swaha becomes Swash. Swash Chudamani. That means crown jewel of the heaven. Swa means Swarga. Chudamani means the crown jewel. So that Lord with Lakshmi is as if the crown jewel of heaven. Atmadishnyam. Atma, his own, Dishnyam, abode, that means of his own Vaikuntha lok. What of his own Vaikuntha lok? Subhaga, Subhagayantam. Subhagayantam. Subhagayantam iva. Subhagayantam iva. That means as if making his own Vaikuntha lok beautiful. Subhagayantam means making Vaikuntha lok beautiful or fortunate. Subhaga. So they saw Hari like that. I read only the English again now, those who want to take up or check up.
Pritho meaning what did you say? Pritho? Huh? Pritho.
Pritho is broad.
Broad.
I read English again. Under they saw the Lord who had lovely happy face, as he was bestowing grace, on all, meaning doorkeepers and sages, etc. He was the abode of all praiseworthy qualities, touching the hearts by the way of his affectionate gaze. By the way of his affectionate gaze, he was touching the hearts of all those present there. And also, on his chest, on his broad dark chest, Lakshmi was looking beautiful. Lakshmi was looking beautiful on his broad dark chest. He was the crown jewel of heaven. He was the crown jewel of heaven. As if he was making his own Vaikuntha lok beautiful or fortunate. As if he was making his own Vaikuntha lok beautiful or fortunate. So that is 39. We continue in the same way. 40. Pitam shuke prutu nitambini vispurantya kancha alibir virutaya vanamalaya cha valgu prakoshta valayam vinata sutanse vinyasta hastam itarena dunanam abjam. So they saw Bhagavan. Vispurantya, he was with shining. Vispurantya, shining. He was with shining Pitam Shuke, yellow cloth. He was shining with yellow cloth. Yellow cloth covering his big hips. Prutu Nitambini. He was shining with blue cloth covering his big hips. Prutu Nitambini, big hips. Kancha is a separate word. Kancha means he was with girdle. Girdle around waist. He was with girdle. Kancha. Then Vanamalaya.
Alivi, what is Alivi?
Abhivirutaya Vanamalaya. Abhivirutaya Vanamalaya.
Alivi. Oh, Alivi Brahma.
Abhi Virutaya Vanamalaya cha. Alivi.
Yes.
After Kancha, Alivi Virutaya. Alivi Virutaya Vanamalaya cha. His Vanamala is always described like that. Vanamala, forest flowers garland. Now, because they are forest flowers, bees are humming on them. Alibi means by bees. Ali is bee. Alibi means by bees. Virutaya, that means humming. So, he was with forest garland on which bees were humming. Vanamalaya, Alibir Virutaya. He was with forest garland on which bees were humming. Valgu Prakoshta Valayam. Valgu means costly or beautiful or both. Costly or beautiful. Valayam, bracelets, Prakoshtha on forearm. Near wrist, on forearm, he was wearing bracelets which were very costly and very beautiful. Valgu, Valayam, Prakoshta.
Prakoshta means arm.
Prakoshta means forearm. Forearm, near the wrist. Here.
Oh, forearm.
Bracelets are there. Now, Vinata Sutam se Vinyasta Hastam. Who is Vinata Sutta?
Oh,
Garud, eagle. So, Vinyasta means keeping. Hastam, one hand. Vinita Sutta Amse means on the shoulder. With one hand on Garuda's shoulder. Itarena Dunanam Abjam. By the other hand, so here only two arms are described. One hand on Garuda's shoulder, and by the other, he was rotating a lotus, revolving a lotus. By the other hand, he was moving a lotus round and round. So now, only translation again. They saw Bhagavan as he was with shining yellow cloth covering his big hips. He was with shining yellow cloth covering his hips, big hips, with girdle, with forest garland on which bees were humming, with costly, beautiful bracelets on his forearm near the wrist, with one hand resting on Garuda's shoulder, eagle shoulder. By the other, revolving lotus. By the other, he was revolving a lotus. So, we have done 40. Huh? Clear? 41. Same continues. They saw Bhagavan as two cheeks. His cheeks. Fit for being decorated with. His cheeks are fit for being decorated with crocodile-shaped earrings. So earrings are put in ear, but they decorate the cheeks.
Which one you are? 41.
41.
But you have not read this mantra. You have not read the mantra.
40 we have finished.
41 you did not read.
Huh?
You did not read the 41.
Different there.
No, not different. You did not read
Oh,
it.
read the shloka. Okay. Vidyut Khipan Makara Kundala Mandanarha Gandasthalo Samukham Gandasthalo Unnasamukham Manimat Kiritam Dordanda Shanda Vivare Harata Parardha Harena Kandaragate cha Kaustubena. Again I read. Vidyut Khipan Makara Kundala Mandanarha Gandasthalo Unnasamukham Manimat Kiritam Dordanda Shanda Vivare Harata Pararja Harena Kandaragate Nacha Kaustubena. Now, here, why I said only two arms are mentioned, here a big group of arms is mentioned in the next group. At least four. Then only you can say group of arms. Anyway, so now syntax with meaning, shloka 41. Desha Bhagavan is common, two cheeks, Gandasthala, two cheeks. Samas, so Gandasthalo is not there, it is two cheeks. Mandanarham, Mandana Arham, fit for being decorated with. Two cheeks fit for being decorated with, means they were decorated. Makarakriti Kundala, crocodile shaped earrings. Now there is something speciality in this crocodile shape, because everywhere we get this description, everywhere. Even in Mira's song, Makara Kruti Kundala. So this crocodile shape is a very special shape of earrings. And here the cheeks were fit for being decorated with Makara Kruti Kundala. So from ears they hang on cheeks. Hanging earrings. Now Vidyut Kshipan, those cheeks or those Makara Kruti Kundalas were putting lightning to shame. Lightning shines in a flash, but the Makarati Kundala shining was putting that lightning to shame, better than lightning. That is Vidyut Kshipan.
Chipat, what is Chipat?
Kshipan means decrying, putting to shame. That is rejecting, like Tiraskar. Looking down upon means putting it to shame. Then Unnasa Nasa Mukham. Unnasa Gandasthala Unnasa Mukham. Unnasa Mukham. Unnasa Mukham.
Yes.
Unnasa Mukham means face with raised nose. Mukham means face. Unnasa means raised nose. So face with raised nose. Manimat Kirita, he was wearing a crown with jewels. Manimat with jewels, Kiritam crown. Parardha Harena. Parardha means very costly. Parardha means very costly. Harena garland. With very costly garland. Harata means manohar, attractive. Harata means attractive. Where was that garland? Where was it attractive? In the space. Vivarena Shanda Daurdanda. Vivarena Shanda Daurdanda. Vivarena means the gap, space. Viewer normally means whole. So here viewer means the space or the gap within is group of arms. So group of arms must be four at least. Anyway, only two arms can be called group of arms. No, at least four. And we know that Vishnu is with four. So out of which two were described on Garuda's shoulder and mowing the lotus. What about the other two? We do not know. So these little anomalies will always be in Bhagavatam. Shanda, group, Daurdanda, arms. Now one more thing remains. Kandaragatyana cha Kaustubena. He has a special jewel called Kaustubamani. Vishnu got it during Samudra Manthan. And Kandaragatyana means from his shoulders. So from his shoulders was hanging Kaustubamani. They saw him like this. Now garland is from neck and Kaustubamani is described from shoulders. Kaustubamani hangs above the garland. Okay? So they saw him like this. We continue with 42 in the same way. That will conclude that they saw. Atra upasrishtamiti chotsmitam indiraya swanam dhiya virachitam bahu saushtavadyam mayam bhavasya bhavatam cha bhajantamangam nemur niriksha na vitrupta drisha mudakai. Atra. Now let me read my own. Now, Swanam Dhiya Virachitam. Let us start from here. Swanam Dhiya Virachitam. Swanam is his own devotees. Dhiya, by their own mind or intellect. Virachitam means reasoned out or imagined. In there, saw, whatever you may say. So, his own devotees think like that. Thought by his own devotees. Virachitam is constructed, means thought. Swanam Dhiya Virachitam, his own devotees think like that. Like what? Bahu Saushtavadyam. Bahu Saushtavadyam. He is much more beautiful. He is much more beautiful. Bahu Saushtavadyam.
What is Adyam?
Adyam is with great. You see, Adyam means sometimes proud with, I have so much. So without pride also, Adyam is endowed with great. Bahu Saushtava Adyam. Endowed with great beauty. So what is devotees think? That he himself is endowed with great beauty. That is how they construct in their own minds. What is the meaning of much more beauty? Atra upasrishtam indiraya utsitam. By that, Indira means Lakshmi. So, Lakshmi is usmitam. Lakshmi thinks, I am most beautiful. Atra upasrishtam, that Lakshmi's ego has been defeated. That is all how the devotees think. Devotees saying that Lakshmi thinks that she is most beautiful, but that has been defeated. He is more beautiful. That is how the devotees think. So devotees like to think that their Lord is more beautiful than Lakshmi. She may be beautiful. She may be endowed with great beauty. She may be thinking I am most beautiful, but he is more beautiful. I will tell you a similar thing. Similar. Parvati was worshipping Shiva in a particular, below a particular banyan tree in Tamil Nadu. And she thought, I am worshipping Shiva, but I will make such a pose that Shiva also cannot do. That pride came. And she raised one leg as much as she could raise. Next moment, Shiva came and raised his leg full up. We see that Nataraja, Urdu Nataraja. So that happened there. Because Parvati thought she can dance better than anybody, she raised one leg high. Instantly, Shiva came there, raising his leg full vertical. That is a story. So, Lakshmi thinks he is most beautiful, but he is more beautiful than Lakshmi. Anyway, now the whole thing is being narrated by Brahma to gods, that don't forget. That what happened to these four sages and all that, Brahma is narrating to gods. Gods had gone to Brahma, so he is narrating them. So here, Mayam Bhavasya Bhavatancha Bhajantam Andam. Me, Mayam means of me. Bhavasya means of Shiva. Bhavatamcha, of all you gods. So, Bhajantam, he has assumed Angam, body. So, this Vishnu is equated with the abstract absolute reality. But he has taken up a form or body for my sake, for Shiva's sake, and for your all sake. Bhajantam Angam. Now, Kaihi. Kaihi means Ka is Brahma. Kaihi by Brahma's sons. Brahma's sons, four sages. So Kaihi means Brahma's sons means those four sages by. Nemu, they bowed down to him. Nemu, they bowed down to him. Niriksha na vitrupta drisha muda. They were happy, muda. Bowing down to him, they were happy. But they were not satisfied by looking at him. Niriksha na vitrupta drisha. By seeing him, their eyes, drisha means their eyes. Na vitrupta were not fully satisfied. They want to look more and more. That is the meaning. Okay, read translation again. His devotees reason out that he is much more beautiful, in front of which beauty has defeated Lakshmi's ego, that I am most beautiful. Devotees think that in their mind that he is more beautiful, though Lakshmi thinks that I am more beautiful, that has been defeated by his beauty. Now Brahma is telling to gods, my Shiva's and all of yours sake, Bhajantam, taken a body. Angam.
Bhajantam means worship.
No. For the sake of. For the sake of their worship, you must say, if you like. Bhajantam means he has taken, not bhajan, not worship. Sevantam, bhajantam means he has assumed. Bhajantam, he has taken. Double meaning if you take for their worship, but that is not directly meant here. He has taken, Angam means a body, means he is abstract devata, but he has taken up a body form for the sake of me, for the sake of Shiva, for the sake of you all gods. He has taken up a form. So we see Vishnu, formed and all that. All this beauty. Otherwise, he is beyond everything. Okay, name Brahma's sons, those four sages, bowed down to him. Niriksha, Muda, by seeing him they were happy. Na Vitrupta Drisha, their eyes were not fully satisfied. Read translation again. His devotees reason out that he is most beautiful, though Lakshmi thinks she is most beautiful, but that ego has been defeated here. And Brahma is telling his sons that for my sake, for Shiva's sake, and all of your sake, he has taken up a body. And Brahma's sons, the four sages, they bowed down to him, but their eyes were not fully satisfied. So we have been able to read 4 new shlokas along with 37, 38 again. We can read one more if you like, better. I have not translated in that way because it is simpler. 43. We can even read 45. Time will not be there. Tasya Aravinda Nayanasya Padaravinda Kinjat Kinjalka Mishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antargata Swavivarena Chakara Tesham Sankhobam. Beautiful, Akshara Jusham Api Chittatan. Oh, beautiful. Generating bhakti. Arvinda Nayanasya Tasya Padaravindam Kinjalka Mishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Swavivarena Antargata Tesham Akshara Jusham Chittatanvo Sankhobam Chakara. Arvinda Nayanasya Tasya, of his who has lotus-like eyes. Charnaravinda, lotus-like feet. Have that lotus-like feet is Kinjalka Mishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu. Tulasi, Kinjalka Mishrata. Kinjalka means that Tulsi has those paragas, that stems.
Stems.
That is Kinjalka. You know the Tulasi is like a flower. That Kinjalka. Kinjalka Keshara Mishrai. Now, the official meaning says, Padara Vinda Yo Kinjalkai. Same thing, huh? Kinjalkai Kesarai Mishra, Ya Tulasi. So, that Tulasi, of which that Kinjalka Kesara Mishra Tulasi. This Kesara is added in the meaning. Huh? Kinjalka Mishra Tulasi. Kinjalka is equal to Kesara. Kinjalka is equal to Kesara, Mishra Tulasi, Makaranda Vayu, sweet smelling Tulasi. The wind from Tulasi is very sweet. Makaranda Vayu. What it did? That Makaranda Vayu from Tulasi? Aksharajusham chitta tanvo sankhobham chakara. Now, Aksharajusham Akshara is I. Rajusham.
Akshara Jusham api.
No, Akshara Jusham means nostrils he has given. Because the smell enters the nostrils. But they see also, but the smell entered their nostrils of those four sages.
Jusham means nostrils.
Huh?
Jusham means nostril. Jusham.
The full meaning is given like this. Akshara Jusham. No. Swavivarena nasa chidrena. Akshara Jusham Brahmananda Sevinamapi. Akshara Jusham is Akshara Jusham Brahmananda Sevinamapi. So that is separate. Separate. Now, Tesham Akshara. Swavivarena Tesham Antargata. Swavivarena Tesham Antargata. By their holes, by their own holes, that is Nasika. By their own holes of the nose, went inside that sweet smell. Antargatena. That Vayu Sovivarena Antargata went inside by their own noses. Tesham Akshara Jusham, those are actually always merged in Brahman. Akshara means Brahman, Akshara Brahma, Jusha means servants, those who always serve or meditate on Brahman is the description of those four sages. Akshara Jusham means those who are always serving or meditating upon Akshara Brahma. Chitta Tanvo.
Mind and body. Chitta Tanu.
Yes, mind and body. Sankhobham Chakara. It agitated. So, this is a beautiful description that Though Sanakadi are always attached to meditating upon serving Akshara Brahma, yet through their own holes of noses, that Tulasi Gandha went inside and it created agitation in their mind and body. Time is up. Otherwise, I could have read one more. Okay, tomorrow. On Thursday, we can read it. Huh? 44, we shall read on Thursday. Up to 42, I dictated the translation. 43 was easier. Or tomorrow we may again. Om Janmadasya Tonvayaditarata Charthesha Vidnaswarat Tene Brahmaridaya Adi Kavair Muyanti Yat Suraya Tejo Vari Mridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirastakvakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Om Shanti 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 Hare Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Mm-hmm.